Hi, I'm Ewashkiw from Adventure Yoga. Thanks for joining me for this yoga pose breakdown of plank pose, also known as Phalakasana, also known as Kumbhakasana. Please unroll your mat, and I will meet you there in just a few seconds. To start our yoga pose breakdown of Phalakasana, or plank pose, please come onto your hands and knees, or known by its fancy Sanskrit name, Brahmanasana. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and have your knees a little bit behind your hips. And now I'm going to get a little specific about where you place your hands. There are two reasons. It's to prevent injury and to prevent you from hurting your wrists, but it's also so that you get the most efficient use of your effort. So the first thing is the middle of your wrists should be placed as wide as the outer edges of your shoulder. So it's not too wide, not too narrow. It's a little Goldilocks, a little bit just right. And just right is middle of your wrists as wide as the outer edges of your shoulder. That can take time to discover if you're doing it. If you look, you can also use a yoga strap or your arm to check if you're doing it. And then I want your wrists parallel to the top of the mat. I like to use the bones at the front of your wrist as your guideline for that because it's pretty flat there. So work to make the front of your wrist line up with the front of your yoga mat. Spread your fingers from there and bring your shoulders over your wrists. Then step your right leg back, tuck your toes, and push your toes into the ground and straighten your right leg. Step your left leg back, tuck your toes, and straighten your left leg. Have your feet about hip distance apart, like you would do in Tadasana. Bring the heels of your feet over the balls of your feet and your shoulders over your wrists. If you need to adjust the length of your stance a little so that you can get both of those things happening, do that. It can also help to have somebody there looking at your feet to see if your heels are over the balls of your feet, because it takes time to learn what this feels like in your body. Push through your hands and claw the floor with your hands. It's really active hands for Phalakasana. Push down through your thumb tip and your index fingertip. Work to evenly distribute the pressure and weight through your hands. And also think about where your index finger, your first finger, comes into the palm of your hand and push down through your knuckle there. Your middle knuckles, they might lift up a little if you're really clawing the mat. That's fine. Keep your fingertips down, your index knuckles down, and your hands pushing evenly into the ground. Push through your hands so that you start to round your upper back slightly. That's not for the rounding, it's for the stability in your shoulder blades. That's going to move your shoulder blades away from each other a little and have them wrap around the sides of your rib cage slightly. That's scapular stabilization or shoulder blade stabilization. Common tendency here is for your shoulder blades to lift off your back, and we want them drawing onto the back of your rib cage. Tone the bottom of your pelvic floor. So if you know your Mula Bandha, tone your Mula Bandha or squeeze the muscles at the bottom of your pelvis slightly. To help tone your belly, very slightly tuck your tailbone, not to round your back, but just to engage your butt a little bit and to engage the front of your belly. Move the space around your navel back towards your spine and stretch long through your spine. We're looking for a straight line between our heels, hips, shoulders, and the back of our head. Not straight like parallel to the ground. That would be weird. That'd be really long feet, but straight with a bend in it like that. Straight. Not a sag in it. Straight. This is Phalakasana or Kumbhakasana, plank pose. To come out, you can return to all fours, Brahmanasana, or shift it up and back and stretch it out in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Thanks for joining me for this yoga pose breakdown of plank pose. The little details really make plank pose more efficient in your practice. Things like how to place your hands, and how to protract your shoulder blades. Those are really going to transform your plank pose from something that is super challenging into something that is super invigorating. That's my goal at least, and I hope that this video has helped you with that. If you want to know more about the pose, this is part of a whole blog post that I've written for my website, adventureyogaonline.com, and there's a link to that blog post in the description for this video. If you've got any questions, please put it in the comments, and if you'd like to do a full class now, there's a class right there that you can try out of mine, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please just click on my picture over there to subscribe. Thanks, OMies. Have a fantastic day.